This is a meditation for returning to warmth, for allowing kindness to reach you, and for letting yourself be seen without leaving yourself behind. You do not need to believe every word immediately. You do not need to force any feeling. When a sentence feels gentle enough, let it become yours. Let it sound inside you as though your own heart were speaking. I am here. I find a position that asks as little from my body as possible. I may sit, I may lie down. I let my hands rest wherever they naturally fall. There is nothing I need to prove in this moment. I do not need to be inspiring. I do not need to be grateful. I do not need to be productive, cheerful, or strong. If today has been heavy, I let the heaviness come in too. I feel the surface beneath me. For these few moments, I allow myself to be held without earning it. I let my breath come as it is. I do not need to deepen it. I do not need to make it calm. I notice that one breath arrives, and then another. Perhaps my shoulders soften by one small degree. Perhaps my jaw releases a little. Perhaps the space around my heart remains exactly as it is. I have not failed because I am tired. I have not lost my light because I cannot feel it right now. I do not have to shine for anyone here. For now, it is enough to be here. I am here. I am breathing. I am allowed to arrive as I am. I turn gently toward the quiet places inside me, the places that learn to step back, to lower my voice, to hide the good news, to say it was nothing when something mattered deeply to me. I notice the times I have smiled away a compliment before it could reach me, the times I refused help because needing anything felt dangerous, the times I stopped just before taking the step that would make me visible. I notice how quickly I may prepare for the ending of a good moment before I have allowed myself to feel it. There may be a reason. Perhaps happiness once attracted envy. Perhaps being noticed brought criticism. Perhaps success brought more pressure, more responsibility, or the fear that I would have to keep proving myself forever. Perhaps love was offered with conditions. Perhaps receiving meant that something would later be asked of me. Perhaps a beautiful time ended so suddenly that my heart began watching every joyful moment for signs of loss. I do not need to explain my whole story now. I only notice the part of me that learned. Do not become too happy. Do not become too visible. Do not need too much. Do not want what may be taken away. I do not push this part away. I do not call it weak. I do not call it negative. If an image comes naturally, I see myself in a quiet room before sunrise. The curtains are partly closed. The light outside is gentle. Nothing is demanding that I open them. I sit beside the part of me that has been keeping watch. Perhaps it feels younger than me. Perhaps it simply feels tired. Let these words become mine. I understand why I learned to protect myself. I'm not angry with myself for being afraid. I will not force myself into the light. I will stay with myself while I open the door slowly. I do not have to make this protective part disappear. I am letting it know that it no longer has to carry my whole future alone. I am here now, older, wiser in ways I may not always recognize, able to pause, able to choose, able to close a door that does not feel safe and open one that does. I return to the room around me, to the air against my skin, to the quiet movement of my breath. I am not asking myself to be happy. I am not asking myself to become bright. I am only making room for one small good thing. Perhaps it is the warmth of my hands, the softness beneath my body, a sound that does not ask anything from me, the relief of not having to explain myself. If imagery feels natural, I imagine morning beginning inside a quiet home. A curtain moves in the open window. Steam rises from a warm cup. The floor is cool beneath my feet. Outside, leaves hold small drops of water from the night. I choose one detail, only one. I let it be pleasant for 3 gentle breaths. I notice if my mind tries to minimize it, if it asks how long this will last, if it begins preparing for the moment to disappear. I answer softly, this moment does not have to become my whole life to be real. I am allowed to receive what is gentle while it is here. One warm moment, one full breath, one small place inside me that does not have to brace. Imagine morning moving a little farther into the room. In front of me is an open doorway. Beyond it is not a stage. There is no crowd waiting to judge me. There is only ordinary life, a table, an unfinished page, a garden beyond the glass, something honest I have been wanting to begin, finish, say, or share. I approach the doorway at my own pace. I stay connected to my breath, to my feet, to the quiet center of me that does not need applause. Visibility does not have to mean performance. It may simply mean allowing what is true to have a place in my life. Perhaps there is something I have been making smaller because it matters so much. A wish, a boundary, a piece of work, a need, a tender hope I have been afraid to name. I do not have to announce it to the world. I may begin with one honest sentence. This matters to me. This is what I want. This is what I can offer. This is where I need help. This is where I am allowed to be seen. I can speak the truth and remain myself. I can be visible and still have boundaries. I can take one step forward without promising the whole journey. There is a place between hiding and performing. It is the place where I simply stand beside what is true. I imagine someone trustworthy entering this quiet space, someone who does not ask me to become smaller, someone who does not make care feel like a debt, someone whose presence lets my body soften a little. They offer me something simple, a warm cup, time, encouragement, a hand with something that has felt heavy, the words, "I am glad you are here." I notice what happens inside me. Perhaps I want to say, "You shouldn't have." Perhaps I want to change the subject. Perhaps I immediately begin searching for a way to repay them. I do not shame this response. It may be another way I learn to stay safe. But for this moment, I imagine receiving the kindness with both hands. I am not surrendering my freedom. I am not agreeing to anything beyond this moment. I am simply letting something kind arrive. If these words feel gentle enough, I let them become mine. Thank you. I will let this reach me. I do not have to repay love by abandoning myself. Receiving does not make me a burden. I imagine the kindness settling somewhere inside me, not as an obligation, as warmth. I have given so much in my life, perhaps more than anyone has fully seen. I am allowed to experience the other side of that movement. I am allowed to be met. I am allowed to be supported. I am allowed to be appreciated without immediately turning the attention away. I bring to mind the places where my care becomes intense, the person I keep trying to save, the goal I believe must work at any cost, the responsibility I hold because I am afraid everything will fall apart without me. There is nothing wrong with caring deeply. My devotion is not the problem. But my warmth was never meant to become a fire I must stand inside. I imagine my life as the home and garden around me. There are many rooms, many windows, many living things asking for different kinds of care. Perhaps almost all my energy has been pouring into one room, one person, one fear, one unfinished problem. I do not have to stop loving. I am simply opening the other doors again. I let some warmth move toward my body, some toward meaningful work, some toward the people who know how to meet me, some toward play, beauty, and curiosity, some toward silence, and some I keep gently in reserve for tomorrow. I may put down the watering can before the garden is finished. I may step away before resentment. I may rest before collapse. I may care without carrying everything. If someone is disappointed by my boundary, their disappointment does not automatically mean I have done something wrong. If a task remains unfinished while I sleep, my worth remains whole. Warmth includes me too. Care includes me too. The life I am trying to protect includes my life too. Only if it feels manageable. I bring to mind one disappointment, something that did not work, someone who did not choose me, a plan that fell apart, a moment when courage did not bring the answer I hoped for. I do not need to call it a blessing. I do not need to be grateful for the pain. It hurt because it mattered. Perhaps after that moment, a part of me decided, never again. Do not hope so much. Do not let anyone see me trying. I let that part hear a kinder truth. This did not work. That is different from nothing will ever work for me. This person could not meet me. That is different from I will never be met. This door closed. That is different from there is no path for me. I imagine rain has recently passed over the garden. Some leaves are bent. The table outside is still wet. The sky has not become perfectly clear. And still, there is enough light for me to see one next step. I do not have to feel fearless. I do not have to know where the whole path leads. I can be disappointed and remain open to one honest next step. I imagine the day moving gently toward late afternoon. The home is warm, the doors are open to the garden. A few trusted people are nearby. No one is asking me to perform. Something I made, chose, or spoke honestly is visible in the room. I stand beside it without explaining it away. Someone looks at me with appreciation, and this time, I do not rush to become smaller. I breathe. I let the warmth reach me. I say, "Thank you." I do not need to be the center of the gathering. I do not need to be the brightest person in the room. I'm simply no longer leaving myself in darkness so everyone else can feel comfortable. I can celebrate without competing. I can lead without controlling. I can give without emptying. I can receive without guilt. I can be visible without becoming a performance. And I can rest without disappearing. I let the following words arrive slowly. I do not need to force myself to believe them. I keep only the words that feel kind and true enough for today. I am safe in this small moment of peace. I do not have to hide what is true in me. I allow kindness to reach me. I can receive and remain free. My warmth does not require me to burn. I can rest and remain connected to my light. Do not need to become smaller so someone else can feel whole. There is room for all of us in the light. I welcome one honest next step. And when I am ready, I allow life to see me here. I let the words fall away. I imagine stepping outside for a final quiet moment. There is warm light across the water. There is cool shade beneath a tree. I do not have to choose one forever. I am allowed to move between warmth and rest, between connection and solitude, between being seen and returning inward. Both belong to my whole life. Begin to notice the room around me again, the surface beneath me, the temperature of the air, the quiet rhythm of my breath. I move my fingers when I am ready, perhaps my toes. I let the return be gentle. I do not need to leave this meditation transformed. One small opening is enough. One kindness received, one truth no longer hidden, one honest next step. I take my time, and when it feels right, I open my eyes.